Welcome to News Recap on Eyes of Africa TV, where we bring you news amid headlines through the week. In a major reshuffle, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has replaced 6 ministers, including Uju Ken-Ohaneye, Women Affairs, Lola Adejon, Tourism, Taha Maman, Education, Abdullah Igwazo, State Housing, Jamila Ibrahim, Youth Development, and suspended Humanitarian Affairs Minister Dr. Betta Edu. 7 new ministers have been appointed to drive key priorities, including Dr. Nentawe Yiwata, that's Humanitarian Affairs, Muhammadu Maigari, Dinyadi, Labour, and others in various strategic roles. The federal government has withdrawn money laundering charges against Binance Holdings executive Tigran Gambaryan. Before now, the EFCC had arraigned Tigran, Binance, and regional manager Nadim Anjawala over alleged $35 million money laundering. Both Gambaryan and Anjawala were initially held by the National Security Advisor's Office. Cross-dresser Bob Risky, arrested by Nigerian Immigration Service officials at the Seme border, has been transferred to the FCID Annex at Lagos, Lagos for safekeeping, spending the night in custody following the Sunday incident. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has warned roadside beggars to leave by Sunday night or risk arrest. The minister cited security concerns, noting criminals are posing as beggars. The federal government has directed NNPCL and LPG producers to halt cooking gas exports starting November 1 to reduce domestic prices. The decision followed a high-level Abuja meeting addressing rising gas costs impacting households. In other news, the Nigerian government has approved a $618 million loan to acquire 6 fighter jets and ammunition for the Air Force. Minister of Information Mohammed Idris announced the decision after a Federal Executive Council meeting led by President Bola Tinubu. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has started supplying petrol directly to oil marketers bypassing NNPC. Reports indicate over 123 million liters will be available soon, with shipments already arriving at Nigerian ports to boost national supply. President Bola Tinubu has directed ministers and heads of federal agencies to reduce their convoys to 3 vehicles with no additional cars provided. This measure aims to cut government expenses amid current economic conditions. The Canadian government will cut the annual permanent residency slots from 500,000 for Nigerians and other foreigners over the next 3 years, starting in 2025. This announcement was made by Immigration Minister Mark Miller on October 24, 2024. In response to the rising cost of living, several Nigerian states have raised their minimum wages above 70,000 naira. Here is a quick overview of states implementing higher wages. Lagos and Rivers State are leading the way with a minimum wage of 85,000 naira, following closely are Akwa Ibom, Enugu, and Niger State at 80,000 naira. Delta State has set its minimum wage at 77,500, while Ogun State follows with 77,000 naira. Kogi State has adopted a wage of 72,500 and Gombe State has set its minimum wage at 71,451. Meanwhile, states maintaining the 70,000 minimum wage include Adamawa, Anambra, Katsina, Ebonyi, and Abia. The new Nigerian People's Democratic Party has won all 44 local government chairmanship seats and 484 councillor seats contested for in Saturday's local government election in Kano State. Chairman of the Kano State Independent Electoral Commission, Professor Sani Lawan Malufashi, announced the results at the Commission's headquarters. Professor Sani Lawan Malufashi announced the results at the Commission's headquarters in Kano. The Confederation of African Football has granted Nigerian 3 points and 3 goals following Libya's absence in their African Cup of Nations qualifier. CAF President Patrice Motsepe stated that an investigation is underway, emphasizing the body's commitment to fair play and sportsmanship across African football. According to a recent report by Standard Bank Group, Nigeria loses $26 billion each year due to power outages. The report, part of the Africa Trade Barometer, noted that Nigerian businesses also spend an additional $22 billion annually on fuel for generators, significantly raising operational costs. Moving out to stories outside Nigeria, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed met with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim on Saturday, marking the second day of his visit to Malaysia. The leaders agreed to expand cooperation in agriculture, industry, and trade. Anwar expressed appreciation for Abiy's support of Malaysia's bid to join the BRICS economic blocs, which recently held its summit in Russia. And finally on the news, Mozambique remains tense following a disputed election as supporters of opposition candidate Venancio Mondlane protest the victory of ruling party candidate Daniel Chapo. Demonstrations erupted after the National Election Commission announced Chapo's win, with protesters blocking roads and burning tires. Police responded with tear gas to disperse crowds. Thank you for watching. Join me again next week on another episode of News Recap on Eyes of Africa TV. I am Tosi Adeyemi.